Welcome back from the weekend. It's Fantasy Spotlight at JK Sports. A lot happened over the weekend. Uh, we didn't have so many clean sheets this weekend. Only Sunderland managed to keep a clean sheet, and so many disappointments came around. Salah didn't turn up this game week, but finally Haaland did, and the curse is gone. I can call it a curse because the most transferred in player has not been turning up over the game weeks, but this week Haaland turned up with a massive overhaul. Yeah, so Arnold, how's your week?
Hello everyone, happy to be here. This week has been very good. We are building something definitely, and we are happy with Haaland. Let me say.
Yeah, in general. Yeah.
Yes.
I feel doubted him, but I think so many people did. So many people triple captained Haaland, and yeah, I think he turned up.
Yes.
He did.
He did turn up.
Unlike the rest of the game weeks where people were actually doubting him, people did not only sign him, but people actually went on to captain him, triple captain him, and yeah. So that tells you how they actually trusted him. But last week when we were here, we gave you a wild card team, and we want to look at how it all worked out for everyone. Because so we had Raya in goal,
Yes.
yeah, and you hope us take us through that, Arnold. And
Yes. So our wildcard team had Raya as our vice captain. He didn't turn up as he has always been doing, but of course there is more promise. We had Gehi in defense. He turned up with 7 points, which is okay.
yeah, I think that's okay.
Yes. Then we had Gabriel, who had a 13-pointer, which was very good. We had Konate, had 3 points. We had Minte at Brighton, disturbed the Chelsea defense. We had Mo Salah. Mo Salah didn't come through. Also, Reinders didn't come through. Starch didn't also come through. Our midfield basically was a bit.
Only Minte managed to perform.
Minte is a very dangerous player. He's a handful, so I think he's something to look at.
I think
to monitor.
he had an assist, and then because it just was, I think he tracking back or like applying more pressure, and somehow
when the red card came,
yeah.
yes. But all I know is a lively player.
I think that was for the third goal. He actually goes pressing the Chelsea defense, and then they lose out.
Yes. So of course we had João Pedro. João Pedro has played 2 games with each game having red cards. So he has I think had only one shot in the last 2 games, and the shot was off target.
Okay.
So we have Haaland, our captain, with 32 points. We are very happy, and Izedo didn't also turn up. Yes, but on our bench we had Gunn. Of course, he did play. In the eye got 2 points. Senesi had 7 points.
Yeah, I think Senesi should have come in for Konate.
Yes. He has actually showed us that he's very consistent for playing for such a club.
Maybe you could have sacrificed him for a midfielder. How is that?
That's also true because but
we don't expect a midfielder from Leeds to be performing every week. Because if this was a wild card, then you're looking at like 3 games ahead.
Yes. Then of course Anderson.
Oh yeah. From that, then we had our from that was our wild card team, and managed to get only 72 points.
Yes.
Maybe if you made some changes and you brought on Senesi before the deadline, you could have had actually 76 points.
Yes.
That was the maximum points you could have gotten for anyone that uses this team, which is not bad because the average was 46.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
it's a good setup.
Yeah, it's a good setup. And we are going to be giving you another team. Coming. And we are going to give you another team but from that we had top performers in the league.
Yes.
Yeah, our league that is going on, that we told you about, JK Sports FPL, that is going on. And this time, Othlanez was the...
Yes.
Yeah, he was the first.
Him, yes.
Yeah, with 81 points. Then Niwalna FC. Then there was I think JJJ 14.
Yes.
Then executive outcomes.
Bishop.
Then there's King the Nyaks, something like that.
Then
Finally,
our very own, our host.
finally, I get to be there.
Nolan, yes.
Yeah, I think, the first one had 81 points, 76, 76, 75, then 72 for the last. Yeah, so that's how everything went on. And then the top 10, a few changes have happened, but the number one spot has been maintained. And
Morim.
Ndiwana FC is in the second with 395 points. Oslanez has gone up by 3 positions, I think. So he was like 6th. This time he's third with 382 points. Zandili, I think Zandili FC with 380 points.
Ivan Junior.
Then there is Willock Smith with 372 points. And then there is Papast M with 366 points. Back again. Our boy, Peter Naira.
Coming.
With 364, and they play Victor Dizzy. I think he maintained his position 8th.
Yes.
With the 353, and there's Taiwa Davis with 350 points.
He has
And
gone
I
down.
think, and I think King Denyaks with
Who has moved 14
positions.
places.
That was
very
massive
good.
of him. He did so well. I think that was really important. But I've seen the competition that is in that league. What do you think about it? People are constantly, positions are changing.
Yes.
Because if someone can move 14 positions, that means the next game week can drop 20
Yes.
positions.
Yes.
Can actually go top.
Because now the game is starting to form up. We have gotten an understanding of how things are supposed to move. We have understood our players which premiums are showing up right now, which differentials can we add. So something is forming up, and I think we are taking heed to it.
You talking about something forming up. We're not going to dive into one of the best segments that I'm going to enjoy here, the keep or sell. And we did it last week. We looked at the people, we gave you which assets you need to keep and which assets you need to get rid of, and the ones to hold on. And this time we are back with the assets for this game week that is coming ahead, the game week 7. And we are going to start with forwards. We put up a number of forwards that you need to sell, you need to monitor, and then keep. And then there's Bowen Wood in that category of sell.
Yes.
When you look at their fixtures, what do you think about them?
Bowen, he came up with a goal. But because he's having a new coach, obviously we are not yet sure. And also basing on their fixtures, I think it's all because of how we want to understand how the team is going to play. Then from there, we will see what next to do. Even Wood has not yet turned up, so we are avoiding them also with now the fixtures that are coming up for Nottingham Forest. They are not pretty bad, but they are also not their best.
Yeah, because Wood has got Newcastle, Chelsea, Bournemouth, and Man United. And I think those are not fair fixtures for a striker.
And also he has not yet got the confidence, I think. He has not yet turned up. Bowen, it looks like he's coming up, so let's wait and see. I would also put him in the lower end of monitor.
Okay.
Yes.
And then Bowen, though he scored over the weekend, but the stats said something different. And when you look at the fixtures that are coming up, it's a bit different. And then there is now the next list is quite appealing. Not for Liverpool fans though. But then, as a Man United fan, you'd be happy to see Isak and Ekitike being dropped, being in that monitor zone.
Because we are not yet sure of their rotation.
Maybe
Ekitike is now off the ban. He has been scoring goals, of course.
This weekend.
But I want to see how the manager is going to factor in all these things. What is he going to do? You understand?
Because there's Ekitike, Isak, Richarlison, and João Pedro.
Yes.
And depending on their fixtures, you see João Pedro has got Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, Sunderland and Tottenham.
Which are not bad fixtures.
But then, back to Isak and Ekitike, you think of Chelsea, Man United to give them a harder challenge, I think.
It's not the walkover you may think it is.
Because there are teams that have not considered from. Okay, I can't say not considered, but teams that have not actually considered so many goals from the main strikers of those teams. They are maybe they're beaten by defenders, set pieces, what. So when you look at United conceding against Man City, yes, of course that's Haaland. I mean, it's a bit different for everyone, but you look at Gyökeres. Now, when you think of Ekitike, new in the Premier League, is going to face a team that is struggling. A big team when it's struggling, actually, it's not easy to play against. It might be easy for a player at Crystal Palace, a player at Sunderland, but then it might not be easy for you to play Man United when they're struggling. Play Chelsea that have actually won. Is it two games out of the 6 games?
Yes.
Or one, I think. So I think it's
a bit tricky.
Yeah, it's a bit
they call
tricky.
it the upset. You're never sure
yeah,
whether it's an
you can't.
upset.
Yeah, it's one of those fixtures where you're saying, why would they win this game when they can't win against Sunderland?
Yes.
When they couldn't win against Brentford, but they could come in and shock you.
That's what we want to see.
Yeah, I think that's why these strikers are in the monitor. And Richarlison did well in the first 2 game weeks.
Yes.
Then got a dip into his, and then later on, he again turned up, and I think he also I think 1 game week where he did so well after that. But I think for the last 2 game weeks he's not been there. I think it tells why.
The thing is that he's also like, you're not sure of his minutes. So, because for us, we want to invest on assets that are going to give us enough game time on on the field.
Yeah, okay.
So we would rather avoid something like that. It's not bad. He has done well so far, having 2, maybe 4 goal involvements in the last 6 games. I think he has 3-4 goals and assists.
So forwards to keep. There's Watkins, Mateta, and Gyökeres. Do you feel like, okay, I can understand it for Mateta and Gyökeres. Gyökeres is in a good team. They're playing so well at the moment. They have almost played the big teams that you think could frustrate him, but they've got West Ham, Fulham, Crystal Palace, and Burnley. I think that's the best fixture for any striker that has walked into the league, where they can play and actually get their confidence back. But when you look at Mateta, I understand the point of having Mateta on this list of keep, because Everton, Bournemouth, Arsenal, Brentford, not a tougher fixture for me, I might say, but this is a team that has just gone 18 games. He's in a team that has gone 18 Premier League games, I think, unbeaten. Okay, that's a very, very big. It's huge for them. It's not easy to come by for a team like Crystal Palace. I think in that span they even won.
Yeah.
They won FA, they won Community Shield. So for me, I think even before the season goes so far away, they have overachieved. I can say that, but then Watkins, he got a goal and assist. Within was saying how bad he's been and how everything has been terrible for him, and he had an outrageous moment, and for me he did so well. There were just moments. He comes back for the second half, he gets a goal, he gets an assist, and he takes the game to bed. For me, do you think he's that one to consider?
I think Watkins is all over the place. Right, because in FPL what we focus on is value, the player, the value. Because the higher the profile, the higher you're doing, the better. Like you're rising in price. In other words, if I'm moving from one player to another, it's easier. But if I get you and you're not performing, and again your price is dropping, it means the next time when I need to move to the next thing, I can't. So what we are looking at is value. So I feel like Watkins, kudos to the managers that have kept him up to now. That's really, it's been hard, you get. So we need to I would firstly monitor him as well. But Gyökeres, the difference is that for him, he's being surrounded by people who are providing for him, right?
True.
And part of me believes that penalty they got and that was cancelled, it wasn't given to them. There's a possibility that Saka was going to give him the ball. Because I had Arteta speak of how you would want your striker to be scoring the penalties and firing on all cylinders. So Gyökeres is something I would want to keep. That he's like I would call it a differential to Haaland, because Haaland is about 15.5. Gyökeres is about 19.
Yeah, the fact that he can take penalties. Same thing with
Yes.
Mateta having Zigon. I think they would focus on Mateta now. I think, yeah.
And also the minutes of Gyökeres.
Yeah.
Gyökeres has played over 4 matches, full 90.
Full 90.
And Watkins, you're not always so sure of that.
I think he was only worried when Rashford was there, but from the time he left, and I think Unai Emery has not got so much options.
Also,
But
the
then
team
they
itself is struggling.
The team is struggling. They needed that win, and I think somehow they managed to get it. Then we're going to move to midfielders. We've got in a category of keep a quick one. There's Witz, Gibbs White, and Johnson. You look at their fixtures. I think Witz people have held on for so long.
I'm amazed. Amazing.
That have gone that.
Yeah. Guys have faith, but I think sometimes we put a lot of fanatics in the thing. Like when you love something, you love your team Liverpool, or you love the player, you're willing to hold on to him. But as like I said, he's still getting used to the league. He may come up with a goal or assist here and there, but we need something that's consistent. Because on that side, you look at people like Semenyo. Semenyo is right now taking the free kicks, he's taking the penalties, and that's a midfielder I would go for. You see that? So I don't know about Witz.
Gibbs White.
Gibbs White, Nottingham Forest, new manager. We are yet to understand exactly what they are doing as a team. So still, maybe if you have faith, go for it. But like I said, we invest in value. And
So players to monitor, there's Mbeumo, there's Cody Gakpo, and Mohamed Salah. For the second time, he's appearing on our list of players to monitor. And it's happened this weekend. He didn't turn up with an assist or a completely blank. So people are thinking, it's a bit weird with these premiums. You take them out
when you
want them.
It's
really hard to get them. Mostly when like a striker. Yeah, because there are never much options, and so under prices.
But Salah is facing Chelsea this weekend, and there's a way you always get form when he's playing against them. So I wouldn't be shocked if he came up with a goal or an assist.
So maybe that. But then he's not turned up for so long.
Yes, but also never forget he's a premium. He has been firing for over 6 seasons consistently, at least. So you would consider and give him the benefit of the doubt. If you've kept him up to now, why would you then lose faith in him? Because it doesn't make sense for you to lose faith.
He's actually got 5 goals. 5 goals against Chelsea with 4 assists. So and that is in 15 games. You're thinking, that's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. It's almost like an assist per game or a goal per game.
Yes.
So 5 goals, 4 assists. So
9 out of 15.
Yeah, that's 9 out of 15. That's not bad. For some reason, some players, like I was telling you that time, that some players have set the bar so high. But we'll look at that later on as we look at forwards to keep. And now we've got Xavi Simons, Raiders, and Bruno Fernandes. Do you believe in Bruno Fernandes after missing that penalty? Raiders after that, what happened over the weekend? Xavi Simons as well, because they didn't quite perform. And what are your feelings about his? Because is it about the fixtures that they have got ahead? Is it about the price, or entirely feelings or something?
Well, for me, about Fernandes, I'm starting to get worried that they could take penalties away from him. Basically, even if they took them away from him, he's still that player who you can look at. My only issue is that he's playing more of a deep role than the usual, box area player. Of course, he's arriving, but I feel it's a bit late.
Yeah.
So, for Bruno Fernandes, I'm not certain. I'm not certain he's like someone we can. He's someone we can hold on to, but he's likely to lose penalties, because in the last game you saw even Sheshko wanted to take the penalty. You see that. So let's see how Bruno Fernandes. Xavi Simons, he has performed quite well in the last fixtures. So he's someone I would also want to monitor and see how far he's going. Right? And what's the other person you mentioned?
There's Raiders.
Raiders is a very good keep, because I think he's cheap. He's just at 5 million. 5.5
Yeah.
million. Yes. So.
But you think Riders will turn up?
You
Do
will.
you think?
He will. He has had just a blip here and there. But I think he's more consistent because if I have between Foden and Riders, I would rather keep
Riders, because you can actually
yes,
track back
yes,
to the
exactly.
pace and
So really, Riders is not a bad option.
we've seen him not being a substitute.
Exactly,
Actually,
he's playing the minutes.
He's playing full 90 minutes and he's playing highway up the pitch, and you're thinking, why are they prioritizing him over everyone? Rodri, no, maybe for Rodri.
Because remember, Rodri injuries are also
it
coming.
can be injuries, but when you look at the rest, I mean, you think Riders is doing so well. Yeah.
Yes.
For Man City as a team, is doing so well. And the fact that Ryan Shaki and Mamouche haven't returned, yes, I think for him it could work.
Because he has Brentford.
We're going to look at defenders. We've got Nico Williams, Milinkovic, and Livramento. I think this is about why Livramento. He's got Nottingham, Brighton, Fulham, and West Ham.
But also don't forget he got a bad knee injury on the weekend. You see that. So there's a that is definitely why we have to sell. We definitely have to sell him, right? Nico Williams, he had a good start, but they are going through a bit of a blip. So let's.
Okay, so that, and so still going on with our keeper sell. There's Estavo, there's Pedro Polo, and there's Cucurella.
Pedro Porro has the corners.
Actually, it's Esteve at Burnley.
Yes. So Pedro Porro right now, where Madison is injured, he's someone who you can look at, and he's having all these things he can do for the team. So he's a defender you can hold on. And they also have a bit of clean sheets that are coming
then you're just
here
going
and there.
Okay, then we're going to look at the ones to actually keep. Virgil van der Ven and Calafiori.
I would go for Calafiori and then Van Dijk.
Van Dijk.
Yes.
Okay.
Why? Because they have Van Dijk. Van Dijk is just a premium of a defender. He can come up with a goal, captain, fantastic. And then Calafiori, because of the defense of
and how high he
is.
plays.
Exactly.
He could get you a goal. We saw that last. I think last season against Man City and even against United, that opener. Yeah, and he scored. Maybe if he gets there earlier enough in the box, he can play that one pass off, and he can get an assist for you. And they could as well keep a clean sheet the other side. So all in all, you gain. Now, before we move on, I want to let you know that there's a certain player, like I told you, we were talking about the levels of certain players, and I saw something today morning as I was coming. There's been 6 or 7 players that have numbers way more than 6 games in their first 6 games in the Premier League. And guess what? Haaland 10 in the first 6 game weeks.
Wow.
He comes back with 10 goals again in the first 6 games.
Wow.
So he's the joint top scorer in the first 6 games of the season.
Wow.
And guess what? At the end of that list, he's got the joint worst
Shock me.
for because he's been in the Premier League for 4 seasons. I don't know if they get what I'm saying. Like for 4 seasons that he's been in the Premier League, he scored 10 in the first 6 game weeks. 10, then 8. So this is his joint worst season.
Wow.
With 8 goals in 6 games.
Wow. So he has set a certain bar for himself.
Bar for himself. He can't even get 5 out of 6 because Gyökeres gets that, and every Arsenal fan would be happy. Trust me. Not for Gyökeres, and Cesc get 3. I mean, Man United fans were relieved at halftime when Cesc scored. Yeah. So it tells you that if Ekitike is still being afforded right now and into their teams, and you get a feeling of him with 3 goals in 6 matches. You get it. They know what it means. They know what it takes. But everyone should try and own Haaland. we gave you a team that can own Haaland and Salah, so you don't have to complain. Haaland scored. Salah just didn't turn up. You know what happened? Gabriel scored a header. You know what happened to Raya. So like clearly,
Yes.
I mean, you know, what did you want from that team? They just did wonders.
Yeah.
Before we dive into buy and avoid, this is for everyone. Like people who have enjoying fantasy, just download the Fantasy Premier League just download the Premier League app. There's fantasy there. Register and join, please.
Yes.
Yeah. And you can be able to enjoy this every weekend. We get set up our teams. Be that manager that performs so well and be here on the show as well.
Yeah.
Now before we deep into that, the buy and avoid. I know all of you are paying attention to who should bring in. It's quite hard to make these decisions. I know for so many people, but we are here to help you because we want you to have the best team out there. And we're going to start off with forwards. Haaland.
Of course.
The buy.
Exactly.
It's a buy now.
Yes.
We are on,
And I know his price is going high.
And the ones you need to buy forwards, you should. Okay, at least you may not have all of them, but you can have one of them. So in that category, we've had Haaland, Gyökeres, and Voltamid.
Yes.
They've got favorable fixtures. I think for Haaland, every team has been favorable to him. We can say there's no doubt about that. When you look at Gyökeres, that could be fair. And Voltamid with that head against Newcastle, it made me against Arsenal. It made me feel like he gets those chances, he's going to slot them in.
And
he
scored against Arsenal, which is really amazing.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly that. With a set piece, and you're thinking this is the best team in set pieces. They should defend better. So if a striker
he has actually won the Player of the Month. So that's really good impact. So it's something we can look at seriously.
So the next one has got the players to monitor forwards, and that's you can just have them into your team. If you haven't had them, you can wait on, say maybe next week you could have them. And that list has got Mateta, João Pedro, Isidore. You remember what he did the other week? Maybe this week he didn't have to. But Thiago massive. That was massive at Brentford. What he did against Man United. Wow. And I can say that the goalkeeper should have done better with the second goal that came. But the first one, the goalkeeper can do nothing about it.
There's nothing he can do about that.
He's got no right to take that one from there, but he did, and it was spectacular. I can just say, because there was only way the goalkeeper being in that position, just right below the corner, the top corner, and it's not easy for a goalkeeper to be there. And how can you be there even to just save that ball? So it just didn't work quite well for him. And then moving on to the ones to avoid. Finally, if you don't have Richarlison, don't buy.
Don't be on pressure to buy.
If you don't have Isak,
there's no pressure.
If you don't have Ekitike, you don't have to
because
buy.
I think there's so much going on with Liverpool. Like they are firing on all cylinders, and of course I'm sure Ekitike may come through and play again. But like there's no rush if you don't have them.
Okay, midfielders. We look at midfielders. There's Semenyo, Sa, and Anthony.
Definitely, Semenyo has been popping up. Like I said, he's on penalties and he's on free kicks. So he's a handful at the moment. He's one of the great differentials right now that are there. Though I think he's no longer being a differential. And of course he has Fulham coming up, Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest, and Manchester City. So those three fixtures are favourable for him as a person.
We saw him perform against Liverpool. So I don't think it should be a worry for him playing Man City. Sir, and Anthony at Burnley.
Sa has Everton, Bournemouth. Those are at least those two are favourable. Then he has Arsenal and Brentford later on.
Okay.
So you can consider it because he has also been firing on all cylinders. I don't know if he'll continue with the momentum, but he has done well for himself. Anthony as well. he's doing really amazing, and I think he has Aston Villa and Leeds. Leeds is a good one. Leeds is a good one, right? And Wolves. Those are two maybe you can look into. So if you're looking at having a differential for your team, these are the kinds of people you need, like Anthony, the likes of Semenyo and Sa. But I think Anthony of them is the biggest uh, differential.
So we had Minte, Saka, Eze, and Raiders in that monitor. So if you don't have them, you could wait to have them here.
If you have them, keep them.
Keep them.
If
you don't have them,
if you're in no rush to buy,
don't.
You don't have to buy.
Then we had Enzo, Doku, and Gravenberch in the avoid. Let's just make this clear that avoid doesn't mean you should sell them off. You get it? Avoid is don't try anything. Don't rush. You get it? If they're into your team, let them be there, because they're not going to cost you that much. When you look at Doku, Enzo, Gravenberch, but if you haven't bought them, the fact that it's a buy or avoid, we are looking at, if they're there, we are looking at these assets that we are giving you, are assets that we feel like they're not in your team, and now you're thinking good to bring in. So we are saying Enzo, Doku, if they're not in your team, please don't. Just go back to our keep or sell. If they happen to be on the monitor side, you keep them in. If they happen to be on the sell, then you just sell them off and know what.
And of course, we have to explain to our viewers why. So you look at Doku and it's more of a rotational risk.
Yeah.
We used to have that thing we call the pep roulette. So instead of me banking on a Doku who comes up here and there, but sometimes is not there, and also the time factor is not enough for him, I would rather go for a Semenyo who is playing all the games, right?
Okay.
You get or I get a Sa who I know will play that majority.
Don't you think they've rushed Enzo because he's got the chance to take the set pieces at
yeah, that is also one.
Yeah.
That is also one. But there is something I would call like risk in FPL, right? So if I have a player that is of higher value, right, and I have one who is of lesser value, and they all have both an opportunity to come through, and you have a premium who will come through, who you have like at least 85-90% chance that they will what?
They'll
come through. But then you have a differential who is less money but is likely to come through. That when you go for the one who is of less value and they come through, that's a differential you're able to. That's how you win at your mini league. Let's say like if most of us have Haaland, right? And then you go and you get your Isodo, right? Or you get maybe Gyökeres is also may no longer be a differential. Let's say like when people got Walter before most people got. When you get such people, it helps you to win your mini leagues. So that's why we are giving you these options to look at them. So maybe like Enzo Fernandez, most people may avoid, but if you have him, there's a possibility he can come through because he arrives in the box.
Yeah, okay.
So we're just saying that you don't need to rush to get him on, but if you have him, you can keep him and use him. That's how people win mini leagues.
Yeah, so before we look at defenders and goalkeepers, we'd like to inform our viewers we are sponsored by Black, the makers of so many accessories, the speakers, the headphones, jackets, so many jumpers that they have made. I think you've seen them around on your websites everywhere. They're all over, and please mind to buy from them, and we are giving out gifts from them actually for our manager of the month, and actually at the end of the league as well. And what league are we talking about? Actually, it's the JK Sports app. JK Sports FPL. Yeah, so the link will be down there and you see it and you join. It's still open, and I've told you how you can join. Just download the app, makers of so many accessories out there. Speakers, watches, they've got headphones. Please buy from them, and them being our sponsors, we are going to give out gifts from Black, by the way, at the end of this this month. We'll look at the manager of the month, and they'll be able to earn these gifts from Black. So we're going to look at defenders. And before that, I would like to remind you how you can join this league. You can actually just download the app. Most of you are playing fantasy already, so you just have to fill in that code and then join the league. So we are going to look at defenders, who to buy and who to avoid. Gabriel Senesi Timber in that category to buy.
Gabriel is a premium, of course, of defense, and Senesi has proved himself to be a solid player in the defense. He's coming up with points, DEFCON points here and there. And we have Timber. Timber is very dynamic, and I'm not shocked that in our keep we definitely have two defenders of Arsenal. Why Gabriel, because of his defensive prowess and ability to score in the box, and Timber because he has a bit of creativity in him, but of course he's also good at defense.
So looking at these fixtures, they've got Crystal Palace, both of them. No, all of them have got Crystal Palace, the three defenders. They've got Fulham. Arsenal defenders have got West Ham. He has got Nottingham Forest. Then they've got Burnley for the Arsenal defenders, and then Man City. But then put one thing in mind, that he's been the only defender that has been giving us points from game week 1.
Wow.
He's been the most consistent defender, Senesi. Yeah. So this is one to consider, I think. Yeah, and talking about Brighton, you realize last season Senesi was coming from the bench for some games. It's the other season where Senesi was playing. So, but when they had Zambani and the boy that Hoyson, Kakes, then they had what's the guy on the right back. The one starting Senesi, but now he's come in, and I doubted him, but he's actually proved me wrong all over. But yeah. But like you said, you always wait for at least 7 game weeks to decide. And it's the 7th, so you could bring him in.
Of course, we are talking about Bournemouth.
Yeah, we are talking about Bournemouth. You're not sure, but you've seen how they are performing.
Yes.
Actually, Sunderland, Bournemouth, and the Crystal Palace are really doing well. They happen to be in the top 6, I think, all of them. So they're doing so well. Then the next one is Ban, Magay, Aldet, and Van der Ven.
Those are to monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, for me, I think recently Newcastle has been leaking here and there. So why we used to go for their defenders is mostly because of the back. They were giving us points, at least golden points, those clean sheet points. But recently they have been leaking, and fair play to them because they are playing. They have played at least about 2-3 big games in their last 6. So of course we would avoid them. Gehi is one, not avoid necessarily, but if you monitor and see how they go about it, because even Barcelona came back and beat them because of that. So then Gehi, Crystal Palace has been performing so well, like you said, you told us. They have not yet been really defeated. You understand?
Yeah.
So they are doing well for themselves. So Mark Gay is someone who
they remain the only unbeaten team in the Premier League right now.
And also Gay came up with a goal recently, just before the end of the transfer. And Van der Ven, coming up with a few clean sheets here and there. So we monitor those.
The fact that he's a starter,
that's something.
Then players to avoid, I think it's because of the price.
Yes.
Munoz, Calafiola, and Virgil. Well, for Virgil, he's got Chelsea, Man United, Brentford, Aston Villa. I mean, they have struggled to keep clean sheets. Then with Calafiola, I think it's about the price, but he could have been a better defender, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, because he gets to go forward. Like I told you when we were discussing on keep or sell, you could tell. But now here, if him being avoided, that tells you these are players that you don't have to deal with.
Yes.
This. And then Munoz, I think he's at 5.5 million. Is he at 5.5? So that's, I think that's almost a premium for a defender.
Yes.
Yeah, it's almost like a premium.
Because if the Virgil van Dijks and the
He's at
Gabriel's at
6.1. Yeah. So him being at 5.1, I think they're looking at that as
and of course FPL.
Actually he's at 5.6.
Yes.
And him and Calafia at 5.7. Back in the past, if you've been following up FPL, defenders of 5.7 were turning up with assists.
Yes.
Assists, a goal in 2 games. You get it. So clean sheets. There were these things that are backing them up. But we can't forget Haaland's header, I think, against I think he came in with a header. Is it the game week 4 where he scored? Was it game week 4, I think? So you're saying if a chance is presented for him, he could score, but then how many times are they going to like?
Yes.
Yeah, so maybe it's now that's the time where you
FPL is about value, like I said. Yes.
So we've given you forwards to avoid, forwards to buy. I mean, you have your own opinion. You could still keep them, but we are just telling you avoid them. Avoid these defenders, avoid these midfielders, and avoid these forwards. And then now we are going to go straight up to keepers. Now these keepers you're going to start with a keep or sell. We've got Sanchez and Vicario, a keep. I think it's about the results, but when you look, you don't really expect results against Sanchez and Sanchez keep a clean sheet against Nottingham Forest, against Liverpool. He's got Liverpool, Nottingham, Sunderland, and Tottenham Hotspur. Well, but you could keep them, and Vicario has got Leeds, Aston Villa, Everton, and Chelsea. Yeah, maybe for the saves as well. For that,
but he has Leeds, so that's a good one.
Yeah, so there's Alisson Becker. It's a sell because you can understand. Trafford is not a starter
of course.
Anymore. He's lost his position in the picking order. I mean, we know why. And for the price of Alisson, it's not good to own a player that is not going to.
And also, they are going in.
He's in a team that is not being attacked so many times, so the saves are few, and that one penalty could go in because I feel the technique of players taking penalties now has become so good. Mostly for the small teams, they've got good penalty takers, so you don't think he's going to miss that actually. In the big games, you can't tell. It could happen, it could go well for him or not. And then Alisson Becker in, I think, for him having Man United, Chelsea, Brentford, and Aston Villa, and not having kept like 2 clean sheets in the 6 games, I think it's one to worry about. Then players to buy, Raya and Petrovic.
Petrovic has done well.
He's done so well at Bournemouth. I think he should be considered. With Raya, no doubt. Depending on the fixtures, that one is no doubt. Donnarumma and Henderson. I think Crystal Palace are conceding so many times.
Recently.
Amanis is shaky at the back, so I think you tell why these two. They're good goalkeepers, but you can tell as to why they don't happen. But yeah, that was it for our buy or avoid. And I can tell you, last week we gave you a wildcard team, and this time we want to give you a team to think about. Not basically for a wild card. I don't know if you're taking your wild card, but if you want to think about this team, if it can work for you. The other team we gave you had 72 points, but this one we are sure it's going to turn up. In goal we have Nick Pope. We've got Gabriel in defense. We've got Senesi. So we have Gabriel, Senesi, and Alderete in defense. Then we've got Saka, Semenyo, Raiders, Sa in the midfield. Then we've got Haaland, Gyökeres, and João Pedro. This one doesn't have Salah, but yeah, it's good goalkeeper. This team you could get actually some assets fit in your budget. Or you can actually have a complete change of your whole draft. So that's it for this session, and I would like to say that be here next time. We'll be back with a keep or sell, like we've always done for you in the past, and enjoy this show. We are sponsored by Black. See you next time.